Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like so proud of myself right now. Like no, hold on, let me turn this fan off real quick. Like I genuinely feel like I was talking to my boy Jake yesterday, and he was telling me how he's been a entrepreneur like he's basically just I say recently, he's basically just been a entrepreneur because he actually hasn't been like doing the work, making the product that's gonna actually like make him the money, right? Or like even doing like the traffic work that's gonna like make him the money. So it's like he's not pulling either of his levers. So how can he really call excuse me, he's not really pulling either of his levers. So how can he call himself an entrepreneur? He's a entrepreneur. And so I was just literally watching this video about Hamza. I mean, this Hamza video about like it's called 6 Years of Brutally Honest Business Advice. And I let me just tell you a bit of my story real quick. So like last year, a year ago basically, um, I was like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm gonna do something with my life. So I decided to leave New Jersey, with my mom and my grandparents. Decided to come down here with my dad, my stepmom, my brothers. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna fucking do something with my life, bro. Like I'm gonna be the man I want to be. Um, and at that point, I was still a boy, and I was still a boy for a while. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot about life, about business, about fitness, about like entrepreneurship, about spirituality, and mental health, um, just about myself. And I made a lot of progress. And then in November, I found, um, like the end of November, I found an Iman Gotsi video, which is like about monk mode. And I like tried to get on monk mode and I failed. And then I found a Hamza video a couple days later. And I was like, huh. And I heard about Hamza a bit, but I heard like he had like a negative connotation, so I didn't really mess with him. Like, so I never really like tried to like mess with him. So, but I wanted to tap in because I think the video was like he left and came back different or something like that. That was like his thumbnail text. And honestly, I was just like, bro, I need to change my life, bro. I was like fucking getting high and just fapping all day, every day, like watching content. I hated my job, what I was doing, bro. I wasn't making YouTube videos. I was just like fucked in the head, man. It was bad, bro. It was bad. Like even though I was like learning and I was making some progress, I still like felt so fucked, bro. I felt so fucked. I found Hamza's videos. And now this was actually the beginning of November. And I basically just like instantly became a super fan. I resonated with his story a lot of like bad mental health, like weed addiction, like porn, junk food, video games, like all that stuff. Like going to college because like your parents kind of I didn't really go because of my parents, but I kind of went because like my grandparents and like my like school mentors kind of. But I just resonated a lot with his story and I kind of like instantly became a true fan. And I like had the money in December to buy his product at Donna's school, so I bought it. That was at his school community, and that's actually how I got introduced to school. Um, and I like basically instantly fell in love with the platform, and I just like felt so good to just be in a place that like I felt like I had like-minded people around me because I felt like I didn't have that. Um, I was like beginning to get like very distant from like my friends that I grew up with. And although I still have a few of them with me for real, I'm not very close with like most of them anymore. And that's just how it is. Like we're all on different paths in our journey and I'm just trying to level up. And so I'm not really worried about like where anyone else is on their path. You know what I mean? Like I'm worried about me. And if you want to be better, I want to be better with you. So let's be better together. But if you don't, like I'm not tripping about it. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be better. Simple. But I joined Adonis School and it was just amazing. And I was just learning so much about YouTube, about business. I was like actually around like more people socializing. But honestly, Adonis School is basically what taught me everything about the YouTube authenticity meta. It's why I even started doing daily uploads. Like Hamza like made his made like a YouTube course. Um and he's like told you, yo, like do daily uploads, just do them. Because it's like it's the best way to like get people in like get your face in people's face every day. And then also like if you can get consistent on like a time every day, it kind of like gets them in your routine. Like it gets you in their routine rather. Which is very good for developing like that habit and like getting true fans. And true fans are like how you can make money. You know what I mean? And so I I learned a lot about YouTube from Hamza, and I also learned a lot about business, and I especially learned a lot about like how to start being a coach and how to start a school community from Hamza. And that's really what I wanted to do at the end of the day because I wanted to have my own community of people who were creators. I want artists. I want people who want to be purposeful entrepreneurs. I want people who are spiritual. I want people who want to walk in their presence, in their purpose, and who want to like live out their creativity in like the highest meaning, you know, and like in their truest essence. That's what I want to see in the world. I just want to be my best self so I can show other people how to be their best selves the best I can, so we can all be the best that we can as a collective. That's what I want to see. So I mean, if you want to be a part of that, I'd appreciate if you drop a sub, you drop a like, you get this message to more people that really mean a lot to me. But I learned so much from Hamza and from Adonis School, and I wasn't able to afford it anymore back in like in March. I wasn't able to afford it, and honestly, Adonis School was starting to get a shift because Hamza himself was starting to shift. Um, and I just kind of felt a little more distant, and I felt like it wasn't necessarily what I resonated with. I felt like I kind of resonated with like 70% of it, but it just definitely wasn't enough to keep me there. And so since I couldn't even afford it anymore, like I got the opportunity to like come back at like the same price, like rather than like the new price that I would have to come back for. But I was like, nah, I'm good. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna come back. So if I do come back, I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be where like the difference in the money won't even matter because I'm just gonna have it. I'm just gonna have it. Because honestly, the only reason I would join Adonis School back would just be to like network. Because some of those guys are fucking killers, and I would actually like to meet them. But I was just in the bathroom. I was watching this video. And Hamza was like, actually, I'm just gonna play it for you because I think it's pretty funny. Hamza's hilarious.
Suddenly you'll start. All you need to do is think about what you'll trade people for that money, and then market it. Basically, just make content about product. The third lesson is that your product, if you do have one, is really bad. So 99% of people have not got into that stage yet. Just think about that. The two earliest points that I've spoken about today, you probably have not cracked it yet. So there's probably no reason for you to actually continue watching this. You'll continue watching because you have like a content addiction and you like learning even though you're not going to use it. But basically all of your attention should be recapping the previous 2 points because you're not actually there.
So after I watched that, I was like, fuck, this is so cool because that was me like 6 months ago. I just had like a learning and content addiction. I still do, but you know, I'm getting there. But I still take action every day. And that's the point. It's like if you're still showing up every day, like does it matter how much you're consuming if you're still creating? Like I was when I had my first coaching call with Violet, I kind of asked her, I was like, "Hey, Violet, what's your ratio for creating to consuming?" And she was pretty embarrassed because she said it was like 10 to 90%, which is fair. I was like, "Hey, I feel that. Like, there's no judgment for me. We've all been at points where we were at 0 and 100. Like, come on, like let's just keep it 100, bro. Like, let's keep it real. We've all been at points where we didn't create shit, and all we did was consume. I I was like that for like embarrassingly long, like years, honestly. Years. So it'd be like that. But the thing is, like, if you're creating a little bit, the thing is you can start anywhere and then you can just keep working up a little bit. Like I got like a lot of traction from my video. 15 minutes a day is enough time. That video didn't do well for no reason. It's because starting small is enough. Like you can start small, can work up. You go 15 minutes, then you go 30, then you go 45, then you go an hour, then you go 60, then you go an hour then 60. Good job, Dan. Then you go an hour, then you go 75, 90, like so on. If you want to keep like working, I'd say like realistically, it's very hard for us to work more than like a 4 hour block, like focus, without like taking a break for at least like a couple hours. It's very difficult for that. But we need to have this time that we are able to create and we need to have it sacred. Jeremy actually just recently made a comment about this. I'd given him some like homework about like, yo, Jeremy, I need you to have a consistent sacred block of time every day that you will not be distracted by the world and just create because he says he's too distracted. He's too distracted by the outside world, there's too much noise and he feels kind of like lost. And so as we tackle like, okay, well, what is this bigger purpose that we're looking for? we have to also just tackle like what are these outside distractions that are pulling us from creating too. Um, so we have to have like this sacred block, and we just have to start with like a small amount of time. I told him 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You just pick this block. It has to be the same time every day. So he said it's gonna be from 6 to 6:30. So I'm gonna be up at 5 o'clock, being like, yo, Jeremy, I want you at 6:30, telling me what you made, and I want you proud of it. Like that's the wave, bro. Like I'm gonna be up because honestly, I gotta be up like editing to be honest. So that's gonna be the move. And I just felt so proud of myself that I was like, yo, I'm not a entrepreneur anymore. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I actually have a product that I've sold twice. And like, that's so crazy because it's like, I really was an entrepreneur for so long. And the thing is, like, people want to be entrepreneurs so bad. And then they think about, like, oh, I have to have a product to sell. And it's like, well, duh, you have to have a product to sell. Like, literally everyone is selling a product to make money. Like you're either selling your product or you're just selling someone else's product for them so they can get richer. And you're just getting a small pie of that. It's like, why not just have the whole fucking pie and you put out other slices for people who help you get a bigger one? Like, come on, guys. Like, the rat race, trash. Working for other people, trash. Being in like job hell where you hate your life and you're working for 8 hours a day doing jack shit, trash. It's like I haven't had a lot of job experience. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm a young guy. I'm 20 years old, and like to be honest, I've only had like stacked up a year maybe of job experience. Like actually, so like can I keep it real? Like I don't have much job experience, so I can't say I've gone through hell going like in the corporate system. No, but what I can say is that all my life I've been an observer. I saw my dad, saw my grandfather, I saw my grandmother, and I'm like, I don't think I want that. And my dad has never wanted that either. And he's always had that entrepreneurial spirit, but he has 5 kids to take care of, so that was hard for him because he had his first one at 20, then he had me at 26, 25, and then the other ones came. um, that's how it is. Like he's always had a family to take care of, and that's why it's my duty to get my dad out of the rat race. That's why it's the prince's job to set the king free. And this morning, me and my dad had like a really, really beautiful moment. It was really cool. I'd actually like tried to text him. I don't know if you guys, you might have saw it if you watched, um, my fifth vlog for Create 365, um, which was you won't want to do it, so do it anyway. But like I like made like my favorite edit in there, and I'll throw it like at the end of this video. But I showed it to him and I told him, yo, like that's us at the end. And I texted him that. But he didn't like get back to me within like 10 minutes. So I was like, he's probably just in bed chilling. So I'm like, I'm gonna go in the room and just like go talk to him because I'd rather actually just show him and get his reaction myself so I can have that moment. And honestly, I thought about bringing the camera so I can capture that for you guys, but then I was like, nah, I want this to be us. And I think that's something interesting. That's a line you have to find the balance for as a YouTuber and filmmaker, as someone who wants to document their life. Um, it's like what moments are almost too valuable that having the camera's presence at all can like throw it off and make it less valuable, right? Um, totally loud noise that came in the background, but I just felt so proud of myself because I actually have a product that I've sold, and I went in there this morning and I told him like, "Yo, Dad, like I want to take the like I told him I got my second client. I'm like, yo, dad, I feel like you're proud of me. Like this edit makes me feel like you're proud of me. And I didn't like know it then, but like now it makes me feel like that. And like I just feel like yo, like I'm taking the weight off your shoulders, dad. Like I'm here to take over the kingdom. I'm here to do it. And I just feel so ready to step into this role. Like I really feel like I'm transforming, I'm evolving, and it feels so fucking cool. And so, at the core of it, this video is kind of just like a rant about my story. But if you're a entrepreneur, if you want to make money online, um, you need a fucking product to sell. How can you make money if you're not selling something to make money with? Yoo-hoo, right? So, You make a fucking product, and then you start monetizing that product. And then you start marketing that product. You start putting it out there. You start getting traffic to your product. How? Probably content like I do. I make YouTube videos. I also sell coaching. That's how I made my first two sales. You see? Traffic product. Boom. You want to make money online? Find your traffic, find your product, put them together, do it a bunch of times. Eventually you'll get there. That's basically what I did. So, thanks for listening to this rant. My name's Jaden. If you felt like you're a creator who wants to live your life more purposefully, you feel like you're kind of lost, and you want to create content, but you feel like you don't really know what direction you want to move into, and you want that accountability to help you find that next step, help you reach that next level. Yo, let me be your guy. Like I'd love to help you. I have one spot left in my coaching for $17 a month, and then it jumps up to $47 a month. I want to be able to focus on my clients and give them the best time I can right now, and I want to be able to focus on who I have. Um, so I'm basically just going to be increasing the price after these three clients, so I don't like take on too much of a load for like two like little resources basically. You know what I mean? So if that sounds intriguing to you, just go click on the top link in the description, check it out, watch the video, watch the sales letter, check out like the benefits in there. I'd love to have you. If not, just keep watching the videos. I really appreciate all you guys, all the love. It's been insane. Please drop a sub, drop a like. It means the world to me that you guys are here and that you want to spread my message even more. Keep getting this shit, baby. Dubs out.